are looking at an extraordinary confrontation. A young mother simply trying to take legal custody of her 4 children, surrounded by a throng of polygamist women, members of an outlaw church, wearing prairie dresses and singing hymns. You display an enormous amount of calm in the face of all this. Where did you muster that from?
Well, I knew my kids were watching, and they needed to see me have courage. They did.
Her name is Sabrina Broadbent. She is a former member of the FLDS, the Fundamentalist Church of Latter-day Saints, a church to which the people surrounding her van are still zealously devoted.
And they were all bawling like someone passed away.
Do you think it speaks to the level of fanaticism?
Well, the thing to them, someone leaving the community, it's like death to them. So once they leave, they're cut off. They can never see those people again.
This is a revelation from the Lord God of heaven.
With the notorious leader of the FLDS, Warren Jeffs, behind bars, the church is now under siege. Caught in the middle are children, with one parent still in and the other now out. Tonight, we will follow 3 parents.
I want my children now, all of them.
All former members.
This is human trafficking.
On high-stakes, risky, and emotionally fraught missions to extract their kids from the grip of the FLDS.
Oh, yes, I can, and I will.
To protect them, they say, from a life of forced labor and forced marriages. Unlikely heroes who, despite years of indoctrination, are now summoning the courage to face down the church that once dominated their lives. Were you nervous? Were you scared?
And I just pretended it was me and my kids. Like, I singled them out. Everything else, I didn't focus on anybody else. I'm like, they're not even there.
By the end of our report tonight, some of these parents will be reunited with their children, and others will not.
Good evening, I'm Elizabeth Vargas. David is away tonight. A house divided. That polygamous FLDS sect now in crisis mode between the faithful and the defectors. And it culminates in that terrifying moment you just saw. A mother trying to reclaim the children she says the church has brainwashed against her. But tonight, what you have never seen, what happened before and after that standoff. So now, as we head into Mother's Day weekend, that mother and 2 other families speaking out only to 2020 about a bizarre world where even a Christmas present is seen as a sign of the devil. Once again, Dan Harris.
When Sabrina Broadbent comes to pick up her 4 children, she is returning to what she considers the belly of the beast, the place where the darkest chapter of her life unfolded.
There's so many followers out there that follow Warren. They're all for Warren. I don't like it.
This is a community known as the Creek, an isolated, alternate universe set deep in the desert along the Utah-Arizona border. Here, the women wear prairie dresses, the men, at least the powerful ones, have multiple wives, and the homes have high walls and fences to keep out prying eyes. Sabrina defected from the FLDS back in 2008, and she now lives 200 miles away in Utah. Her children fell into the care of her ex-husband's sister. Her name is Samantha. Last month, Sabrina went to court seeking and winning full custody.
I was on cloud 39. All this work up to this point to get my children and everything is just so I could show the judge I did not abandon my kids. I did not.
Later that same day, she, along with her brother and her new husband, drive to Samantha's house in the creek to pick the children up. Did you have any idea that you were driving into a buzzsaw?
No, I did not expect any of that.
But the ordeal is just beginning. When they arrive, the kids aren't there, so they wait. And just waiting provokes a reaction in the neighborhood.
Stay in the van. We'll get it on tape.
No, I want to get out.
Suddenly, more than a dozen vehicles encircle them. The private security force of the church known as the God Squad.
Now they're backing up.
The God Squad? That's them.
Where's the God Squad again?
I just got a bad feeling in my gut. I'm like, lock the doors.
But you were
spooked. I just got a bad feeling.
It's well past midnight when a car containing Sabrina's children finally slips into the driveway.
Okay, they showed up at 110. 110 for the record. Oh, they're hurrying. Slam the gate.
Sunrise.
All right, I'm gonna give the sheriff a call. I'm not even kidding. All the trailers are lit up.
After spending the night in the van, Sabrina spots her 2 sons.
There's Isaac.
Yeah, my cute little son.
Is that Rulin?
It's my baby Ruin. Well, let's walk up there and they're all gonna duck.
Her 2 daughters are out of sight. The children are clearly keeping their distance. And when Sabrina goes to talk to her oldest, Isaac, who's 13, it doesn't go well. He has no desire to leave the only world he's ever known.
I said, Isaac, come here, let me talk to you. And he's like, get away from me. Get away from me, you apostate. And he jumped the fence and ran.
What does it do to you to have your own son, talk to you like that?
It was hard. I did not want him to see me cry. I didn't want them to see me weak.
Samantha, the children's primary caretaker, seems to be stalling for time.
She says, Warren is coming. He will deliver these children. He's coming.
You think she actually believed that Warren Jeffs was going to break out of a prison several states away and come and protect these kids?
Yeah.
Obey the prophet when he speaks, and you'll be blessed. Disobey him, it is death.
Even though he's currently serving life in a prison in Texas for sexually assaulting 2 underage girls, including a 12-year-old he married, he is said to have ramped up the rigid discipline he demands of his followers.
To watch a video, a movie, it is open disobedience.
Testing their faith through increasingly strange and seemingly random rules. It's 8 o'clock, 14 hours into the standoff, and church members are coming out of the woodwork. And though they may be forbidden from watching videos from the outside world, they're apparently allowed to shoot their own.
There's like 100 eyes on us right now.
Now the reality starts to set in for Sabrina. That custody order notwithstanding, getting her children back will not be easy.
They won't send them out. They won't let me get them. I'll bet you there's at least 15 video cameras, and I just about got spit on. They just try to intimidate you. They all had cameras. They'd come right up to your face. They're obnoxious.
The creek is not a welcoming place to outsiders.
You back off! Back off!
I have a right to worship any damn thing I want, wear any damn clothes I want.
And he turned around as soon as we did, and now he's running on my tail.
Drive into this community and you will almost certainly be tailed by the God Squad, the private church security team that had encircled Sabrina.
Just ask you a quick question? Can I just ask you a quick question?
No.
Can I ask you just a quick question? Guess not.
On the rare occasion when you can actually get a church member to speak to you, what you will hear is unvarnished adoration for the imprisoned pedophile prophet.
And is that the view of what's happening with the prophet, that it's persecution?
In my opinion, yes.
Do people feel like he'll come back?
I do.
That is exactly how Sabrina Broadbent does not want her children to end up. But in order to get them back, she's going to have to drink from a fire hose of classic FLDS intimidation tactics.
Son, if you want a videotape, you just go back a little bit for me, okay? Step back a little bit.
This is how they treat people.
Yep.
This is how they treat people, and they think it's okay.
While Sabrina may seem like a hard-charging FLDS antagonist, her story goes much deeper. Not long ago, she was on the other side, a die-hard church member, prairie dress and all.
When you grow up and that's all you know? That's all you know.
All right. The wrenching story of how she left without her children when we come back.